I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
With the master of smash and the talker of trash.
I don't even know why the hell I'm even here. I ain't even Chinese. Uh-oh.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man. Woo!
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review, and this is another paid request for Broad Stipe, and it's for Rush Hour 2. Now, if anyone wants to send any type of requests, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, pretty much any type of videos, you can send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. But now, of the Rush Hour films, I would say this is my favorite because of a number of reasons. I thought, number one, that the Hong Kong location and then later on in Vegas, it was a more, the background, like the locale and the first Rush Hour was fine, but again, just the beautiful luscious landscapes of Hong Kong and, you know, the bright lights of Vegas, it just was a more fun background for these characters to play around with. And I thought the action was a bit better in this. Like, they had a little bit more money. Like, there's the fight scene in the massage parlor, which I think is the best fight in the entire three-picture franchise. I really do. Because I thought, in that massage parlor, it's fast-paced, it's well choreographed, Chris Tucker's holding his own, and they're both working in sync together. You go this way, I'll go that way. Poo, poo, poo. It's well edited, it's not confusing. Yeah, bits like Jackie getting the garbage can, kicking someone in the face with it and using it to block people. And yet even Chris Tucker holds his own and even hit people with a towel. Looks at someone, no wonder you're mad. Slaps him. They're both helping each other, whether Chris is pulling Jackie from getting stomped with this like flower pot or something, or Tucker's choking and Jackie hits him and flips him up and over. Like I said, that felt like something that would be an old school Jackie Chan movie. And there's not a whole lot of them in the Rush Hour films, but that felt like it to me. And the plot of the film, which I always thought was weird in the fact of, is it supposed to take place right after the first movie? Because at the end of the first movie, they're going to Hong Kong. But it's been about 3 years, so they do look a little bit older. And the way things are, it's like the movie doesn't want us to figure out, has it been 3 years? But then, no, it's been, because technically, by this point, they've only known each other for a few days. Or a week at most. but they act like they've been friends for years. And if it was in real time, 98 to 2001, and then people go, well, maybe it's their third or fourth time going to Hong Kong. Yeah, but if it was their third or fourth time going to Hong Kong, why is Chris Tucker so new to everything in Hong Kong? Like it's the first time. And like in the first film, he doesn't know how to fight, but in this film, now he knows how to fight. And again, it's not a big deal, but it's one of those things that's like, it's like they didn't want to figure out what it wants to be. Maybe if they just really honed in on, you know, this is my third time, this is my fourth time. Beverly Hills Cop 2 did that well. Like, you look at Beverly Hills Cop 2, and you have the picture with Axel Foley, and he went fishing with the guys from the first movie from Beverly Hills, and all that fishing trip. And he's on the phone with Ronnie Cox, and hey, maybe we'll do that again someday. That is a successful way of doing it. But that's one of the few nitpicks I have with the movie. The rest of it, it's even shorter than the first one. And the story of this film is Tucker's gone with Jackie Chan to Hong Kong, and even though they're on vacation, Jackie's still on this case. This embassy was bombed, some Americans were killed. It has to do with this bad guy who is from Jackie Chan's past, actually knew Jackie Chan's dad, and might have gotten Jackie Chan's dad killed. This actor played by John Lone, who was in Year of the Dragon, a Michael Cimino film. He was in the Christopher Lambert film The Hunted, which I reviewed, pretty decent movie. And he plays the villain in this one. That's another thing. I don't mind the villains in the first one. I would say I like the villains in this a little bit more, because I thought John Lone did a good job. And even Zhang Ziyi, who's from, yes, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but I thought she did better here. And I like the idea that she really doesn't know much of English. She says like maybe 2-3 lines of English, that's it. And she definitely seems like a crazed, as Chris Tucker's character puts it, you one crazy ass bitch. Which is one of my favorite parts of the movie. And like the first one of the reasons this film works to me is the chemistry between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. I thought they still had that chemistry together. I thought they still worked very well together. They had that back and forth fitting like a glove, like it did in the last one. And like I said, it was interesting to see now Chris Tucker as the fish out of water character. Whether he's doing the Michael Jackson karaoke and the guys in the room are just giving the death glare. Or him trying to say Chinese, but he keeps saying the wrong things. You told them to pick up their samurai swords and shave your butt. I said, what? And I even like the moment where Jackie Chan thinks Chris Tucker has been killed. And you see the emotion on his face. You really get the idea that Jackie's character likes Chris Tucker's character. And that he's listened to the song by Puff Daddy. Every breath you take. You know, Puff Daddy's version of that. And then he starts doing the little head moves that they did in the first movie. I thought that was a nice little moment. There's even little things, for some reason, I remember liking. Like when Chris Tucker is looking around, parlor, and he can't speak the language, but there's this one guy who's like, cheap suits. And he's like, how cheap? Cheap suits. I don't know why, for some reason, I like that guy. All he says is cheap suits. Cheap suits. I don't know what it is about him I like. I don't know. I'm weird that way. And even does a little bit like Abbott and Costello type of routine. Like when later on these characters get on this yacht and Jackie's trying to get information. And then, Carter, you're alive. Who died, man? Just Jackie asks the guy, an officer was killed today. You, detective you? Not you, huh? You, who? Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Don't no one understand the words coming out of your mouth. And then that's sort of the who's on first type of thing. They do that in the next one too, in Rush Hour 3, but I do enjoy those type of bits. Ever since Abbott and Costello, I'm a sucker for those kind of comedic bits. And you do get the quite a decent amount of fight scenes with Jackie Chan. And like I said, they might not be as up to par as the Hong Kong stuff, but I thought for this type of blockbuster film, they were more than efficient. And I even think they improved even a little bit more in the fight scenes in the first movie. And like I said in my review of the first film, it was nice that they were able to push Jackie to do a little bit different type of dialogue from time to time. Like when they go to LA and they're watching this woman who might know the bad guys and she's undressing, Jackie Chan is watching, and under his breath he goes, "Slow down, baby." Like something Jackie normally would not say. And Tucker's like, "What are you seeing?" "Oh, she's undressing." And then he takes away, and then Jackie's like, wait, it's not right. After what he was doing, saying, like, now you're saying it's not right? Of course, sure, Jackie, I know you are. But you found out she's a Secret Service lady, and it deals with counterfeiting money. Again, the Rush Hour films, you don't really go into for the plots and the stories. It's more for what experience are you going to get out of your two leads. Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker in this case. And some enough fun off-the-wall moments of action or comedy. Like there's the bit where they go to Crenshaw Chinese food place and Don Cheadle was there. Yes, Don Cheadle, who did like a little fight with Jackie and speaks pretty decent Chinese. Calls Chris Tucker 7-Eleven because his mouth never closes. Another guy I recognize, but sadly they give him nothing to do, is Ernie Reyes Jr. There's a point where our characters get to this hotel, and there's a guy there, and he runs out, shorter guy, and when our heroes run out, they get caught by the bad guys. It's a trap. But the guy who ran out is Ernie Reyes Jr. I'm like, wow. But sadly, they don't use him. Like, it would have been cool to see Ernie Reyes Jr. in a fight with Jackie Chan. I mean, Tino from Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. And he was in one of the suits of the Turtles in the first movie. Of course, Surf Ninjas, things like Red Sonja. So, it was cool to see him, but he was really given nothing to do. I thought, well, that's a shame. That's a real bummer. Missed opportunity, in my opinion. And there's some stuff that don't work, some jokes. Like when they get to Vegas, because they get caught, they escape, they go to Vegas. There's this bit with Jeremy Piven, who was in Very Bad Things. He was in Judgment Night. He's been in a lot of stuff where they don't say it, but he's obviously trying to play a flamboyant character and thinks these two are a couple, and you're the belle of the ball, and we'll put a dead animal on you. And I just, like, he felt like he's like a sweater ascot, and like limp wristed, and I don't know, I don't think that scene was needed. I didn't think that scene was as funny as I guess the makers of the film intended to be. If you cut that out, I think it would make no difference, or even a bit better. And to me, it's one of those scenes that if I ever watch the film, I just fast forward through it. I just didn't find it funny. It's not, it's offensive to gay people. No, I just think it's not fucking funny. Sometimes that happens with a comedy. Sometimes not every fucking humor works. And so at the casino, Chris Tucker decides to be a distraction while Jackie Chan tries to go find what's really going on. And I thought it was funny that Chris Tucker, he just assumes his distraction is, oh, I'm going to assume that these people are racist and play off that but it's meant for humor, and it's meant for him to be over the top to do as a distraction. It's like, you give me $500 chips, huh? Because I'm black? Huh? You think a black man can only afford $500 a roll? It's funny because sadly, this is how some would react today without the comedy. This is how some would react genuinely no matter what happens. Oh, you gave me this piece of paper. Why is it white? Huh? Can't it be black paper? Huh? You racist motherfucker? Why can't it be black paper? And why can't the pencil be white? White pencil on black paper? You racist? Huh? Oh, you want to make the pencil black because there are people that go overboard on that shit, and that's kind of, I mean, what made the scene funnier to me is, I doubt that wasn't its intention, but in a retrospective way, that it makes it funny and sad in a way. The finale, I didn't mind the idea of this bomb being put in Jacky's mouth, but it's taped up, and Chris Tucker has to get out in the nick of time. The little kind of fight he has with Zane Yi. You one crazy ass bitch. Probably my favorite line in the movie. I also like the bit where usually in this type of scene, Jackie Chan has a gun on John Lone. Usually people are like, hey, don't shoot him, man. Don't go down to his level. Chris Tucker starts that way, then oh shit, he went all, he went over the line. Kill him, Lee. Shoot his ass now, Lee. Shoot his ass now. I like the sort of flip on that typical thing that happens in a lot of movies. And the ending I thought was exciting. I think it's the best ending of the three movies, where Zane Z has a bomb, and well, before that, Jackie Chan kissed John Lone out the window. Nice high fall. Looks a lot better than the CGI shit they did in Rush Hour 3. Which I'll get to that. But nice high fall, stunt. Boom, hits at the bottom. Then Zane Z has a bomb. They jump out. Nice sliding down with this explosion behind them. Then they wrap around. Then there's this truck, and Chris Tucker's bumping against it, and Jackie's running across it. Then they land. Then they go flat on their back, so a truck doesn't run over them. And it's so much more exciting than, say, Rush Hour 3, where it's a bunch of CGI, because it's the Eiffel Tower, and they had to CGI a lot of that, and then a CGI parachute all the way down, which is not nearly as exciting as what happened here. I mean, if I had to be honest with these three films, I would say maybe the first film is a little bit funnier because of their first interactions with each other, because they don't know each other, so that playing off each other is a bit funnier, and them trying to get to know each other, and there's a little bit more room for that comedy in their first meeting. I still found funny bits in this, but I would say the first film was funnier. But this one I thought, just with some of the exotic locales like Hong Kong, I thought the action was improved a little bit more. I don't mind the villains in the first one, but this one I liked a little bit more. And it's also it's at least 10 or so minutes shorter. So that means it moved at a little bit of a faster pace. Not that I was bothered with the pace of the first film, but this one is even faster. And so yeah, of the two, I think it's a good double feature, Rush Hour 1 and 2, but if someone would ask me which is my favorite, it'd be Rush Hour 2 for the reasons I said. And when this came out, it did very well at the box office. It came out in 2001. Sorry about that. It came out in 2001, made a ton of money. Critics were not really big fans of the film, but I don't really know why. If you liked the first film, I would think you would like the second one. Maybe not. But I certainly did. I was not disappointed at all. I was really looking forward to it. I did not see it at the theater, but I saw it on DVD. On the DVD, it was New Line Cinema, one of those, I think, Film. And there's behind the scenes material, but sadly, I wish there was like an actual documentary on the film, like a full-length documentary. But I remember there being quite a few like behind the scenes nature. With that said, yeah, I found it to be a fun film, a fun, entertaining flick. Sadly, Elizabeth Pena doesn't come back. Passed away now, but you know she was in the first one. She didn't come back for this one. I think Philip Baker Hall as the boss of Chris Tucker was in this film, but he was cut out, and he's in the deleted scenes. Yeah, like I said, Don Cheadle. It was fun to see him in his little cameo in there. So, fun, fast-paced movie. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.